This is a film about Armida Miserere. Armida Miserere was one of the first women to become a governor of a prison, high security jail in Italy. And her story fascinated me when I read about her about 10 years ago. And I was not aware that there were women that at this job, at this position, because I just thought that this was a man's job. And then, I learned about her life, I learned about her job because I didn't know very much about how a jail function, how a jail works. So I got to learn more about life and her job, doing a lot of research, first for writing, because I'm also the screenwriter, one of the screenwriter, but the lead screenwriter of this film. And then, also for directing the film. So I toured all the, or not all, but many of Italy's jail. I got to speak with a lot of people that work with her, and I got to speak with friends and family. And also, the brother of Amida gave me access to her diaries, so I was able to know. Because I mean, I tell this for the American audience. Armida Miserere was in the press several times, but was not. Isn't she's not well known in Italy. She's not such a famous public figure. Only people that work in the justice in this environment know about her, but she's not so well known. And in the press, anyway, she was often depicted as a very tough woman, very, like a colonel, like a lieutenant, because also she had this strange habit of sometimes wearing the uniform, which governors are not supposed to wear uniform. But as you will see in the film, since she had uh, occasion to work in very tough prisons. At one point, she was the only woman in a island of 1,500 men, between cops and prisoners. So, she had some issues. She had some problems with this. The production of this film was quite long, complicated. I mean, because the film was shot in several regions of Italy, so we had to tour a lot of places, and was a little hard to finance because it's a tough story. It's not a comedy; it's a true life story, and quite hard one in many ways. So it took some time to finance, but finally we got to produce it, and it took about 8 weeks of shooting, but actually 3 months of production overall. And so the film was is actually basically the portrait of a woman, most of anything else. It's not a prison movie in my eyes. It's a portrait of a woman, and it's a portrait of this woman. So it was very important to choose the right actress for this role because the whole film is structured on the character. And so I immediately thought about Valeria Golino because I think she's a great actress, first of all, but also because there are other great actresses, of course. I mean, she's not the only great actress in Italy, but she has that kind of humanity, that kind of human sympathy uh, that could give, in my eyes, a certain depth to the character, so that the character was not only one thing, but was a very complex and contradictory character with a lot of, you know, complex human feelings, and you need to have a very good actress to express this with a lot of nuances, a lot of, not in a way that is too obvious, So I think, I took some time to court her, to convince her to do this film, because at the same time she was finishing her film as a director. And finally, she thought that this role was a great role, and she gave her art to us, and it was a great experience to work with her. Yeah, it's a film also in which it's centered about the main character, but the main character moves in many different spaces. So the landscapes, whether it's the mountain or is the island of Pianosa, are very important. And also you understand that there are two main prisons style. One is the modern style, which is gray, functional, but very cold. And then there is old ones, which are not so comfortable. The spaces are not, easy to manage, but at the same time, they have a certain charm, a fascination, because of the building as history, as certain warmth, if we can say, about prisons. But it does have a different feeling, and some people that work in prison may sometimes prefer to work in all jails, though they have some issues of humidity, or they're not very functional. But and I don't know. I guess it's like old cities and new cities, and people like history, especially in Italy, and it varies. I mean, it the perception of the character. If you place it, the character, if you shoot a character in a very cold environment or in a more warm environment, gives a different energy. So it was very important, the choice. We shot in Tuscany, in several places. We shot in Abruzzi, we shot in Lazio, we shot in the Marche and Sicily, of course, inside the famous prison Ucciardone, which is famous in famous, but also very fascinating, because inside there is a beautiful garden, although it's a prison that carries a very heavy load of pain. So the working in the prisons has been very tough experience, because you feel that these walls have bring a lot of stories that are painful. They carry painful stories. I think if you want to see a message, you see that a woman that had a very strong sense of honor and want to serve the community, the state, with a strong sense of honesty and justice, which is very, very important for our society, which we know there is a lot of corruption cases. So to have these civil servants that are so keen about doing well their jobs are people that we should look after, that we should treasure them, because they're holding, in a way, the community together. And also to understand that these people don't have to be left alone. These people need support of the community, needs the respect of the community. Otherwise, they break up. And I think this is something you can take out of the story of this woman. Yeah. Well, I want to thank the Italian Film Festival USA to bring Like the Wind to you, to the audience, the American audience. And I really hope you enjoy the film. And if you want to write about it, I'd be pleased. You can find the film on IMDb. So if you are film buffs, if you are film fans, and you enjoy the film, or even if you didn't enjoy the film and you want to write about it, I'll be happy to read since we are using this remote, long distance device, but we can still communicate through the internet, through this Skype, or for you writing on the internet. So I like this kind of conversation with the audience. So I I wish you can write about the films, your audience, if you enjoy the film. So enjoy the film. Thank you.